YouTube, how you guys doing? Okay, so this video is gonna be on burnout. I really feel like I need to do this video. I feel like over the past 11 years as an LPN in long-term care, and I have learned how to not burn out, because like I always say, long-term care is a lot of work, and it's a lot of patience, and a lot of patience equals a lot of satisfaction, a lot of learning, and it also equals a lot of work. So burnout, if you have a lot of work and you have a lot of people who are expecting a lot out of you, such as patients, such as management, doctors, etc., then yeah, it can lead to burnout. So basically what burnout is a state of mental, emotional, and or physical exhaustion where you're just like, oh my god, like, and that is your spirit. Like your spirit is just not alive. Like you're not, it's like a state. I think it's like a state of depression. Like I've come close to that, especially in the pandemic. I've come close to that. And long-term care, well, in my facility, we didn't even have it that bad. I mean, we were reusing N95s and stuff in the beginning, and it was rough and it was scary, but that's nothing compared to what the ICU nurses and doctors and housekeeping had to go through, and CNAs and in the hospitals. It's nothing compared to what they had to go through, because they had to go through bed after bed after bed of people just dying and overwhelmed. Like imagine having your assignment and then having people in the hallway and having short staff. Like that is unbelievable what they had to go through. So I am not speaking on those settings for healthcare. I'm just speaking on long-term care and what I personally have gone through, and emotionally, before the pandemic, through the pandemic, and up until now. So that's what burnout is. It's a state of just mental and physical exhaustion brought on by prolonged stress from a work environment. And if you let it, that's the key. You can't let it. But if you let it, work will stress you out. And to me, it's a big, like, I have my tactics, because like I always say, it's a lot of work. Long-term care is a lot of work. And that leads me into my first point, is long-term care nursing is not a list of demands. And you have to think about it like that. Like, oh my eyes. Anyway, you have to look at it like that. It's not a list of demands. Those demands are what the healthcare industry puts on us, but it's just what you have to do to have this amazing career. And you have to look at it like you have an amazing career. You have the opportunity to go to work and actually get satisfaction. Do you know how lucky you are to go to work and have this job where you can literally change people's lives. And you can make people smile, and you can teach them and impact their lives. Like, this is the career that you have. And you paid a lot of money to get there, so don't let it stress you out, because it will if you let it. All those patients, they can make you laugh. And if you talk to them, they can make you smile. Because the patients have a lot to offer. Like, I have certain patients that they crack me up. Like, they are just so funny. And I'm with them for 12 hours. You know what I mean? And some of them, you think that they know what they're doing and they're just trying to be like rude or something, but you gotta understand where they're coming from. You can't let these patients stress you out. Like, you gotta understand they're here for a reason. They might be rude or something, whatever. And they may be on the younger side, and they may be oriented ×3. But emotionally, they're coming from a place where you have to be understanding. Who knows where they're coming from, how they're feeling. You have to be understanding of these patients and be like, that's the part of nursing where compassion comes in. Like, you have to be compassionate. If I was stuck up in a nursing home and I was young and I was oriented ×3, I would be upset and I would maybe be angry. So you have to have compassion for these people, and you can't hold anything against them. You can't come to work and be like, I'm gonna let these people stress me out. Like, no. Work is not somewhere that it's a list of demands and you can't let them stress you out. Your patients and your coworkers. And has to be your pursuit, is to change people's lives and be compassionate. And to receive from the patients. Because patients teach you. Patients can make you smile and they can make you laugh. If you let them. Okay? So you can't wait for external things to make you, like from management or your supervisor or your CNAs or the doctor or your patient's family. You can't wait for external things to give you satisfaction from your job. You have to find those moments where, oh, that patient made me laugh, or wow, I learned a lot about lung sounds from that patient, or wow, like that family member really needed to hear that from me. Or wow, like you have to look for in your job that you have already completed that what happened in that 12 hours. A lot happened. And it could be a lot of positive things. So you have to look at it like, I have this amazing job and it's not a list of demands. The demands are just something I gotta do. But all those good things in your job make it worth it. So you have to look at it like that. And also, that brings me to my second point, is you have to look at it like a challenge as well. Because you can always get better and tweak your routine and tweak your the way that you do your job. So it's always a challenge and it's always something that you can get better at. You know what I mean? Like, you can always work on communicating with your CNAs, or you can always work on how I do my wound care. You do your wound care every time you go to work, but how do you set it up? Like, you can add something to your routine. You can disinfect the table every time before you, like, work something. Like, just tweak your routine and make it better. And it becomes a big game. And that's what life is about, is being playful and having fun. You have to make it fun, and you have to make it rewarding. Otherwise, you will burn out. I'll give you a year. Especially in this pandemic, where you get to a point where you're just doing it for the paycheck. Like, give me my money. Let me get this crap done so I can get out of here. That's how you'll be. If you're not careful. If you're not careful about how are you looking at it and how are you thinking about it, you will burn out. And you might do the job because it pays the bills, but you don't want to work like that. So it's always a challenge. And then you can look at, how can I make the facility better? Because like for example, in my desk, there's this part of the desk where you don't have a phone and you have to pass the phone back and forth. So it's like, I want to talk to the administrator or the unit manager or somebody. Like, how can we get a phone so this nurse can call pharmacy or call the family or do what they gotta do? Like, make your facility better. Like, look at it like you're a part of something that can either be amazing and rewarding, or it can be unrewarding and not amazing. I choose amazing. Also, when you're working at a place, pay attention to the fact, do I love the people I'm working with? Is this like the best team in the world? You know what I mean? Like, is everybody here committed to like great care? Cause that's a awesome place to be. You know what I mean? And I feel like that in my facility where I work. Like, I go to work, I'm like, hey, so-and-so, like, I love the people I work with. I got an amazing team. Okay, so that's another part of it. If you can't stand who you're working with, it won't last. How can you work in a place where you don't even like who you're working with? You, like, if you feel like that and you try to make it work and it's like, it's just this ain't working, like, go somewhere else. Get a new team. A team that cares about the patients to the level you want to care about the patients. Because there's levels to it. There's places that aren't as good. You know what I mean? So get yourself an amazing team, and then you can enjoy going to work and you can look forward to it. Also, treat yourself. Like the other day, I went to Walmart and I got a pack of pens, and like, I couldn't wait to use them at work. I'm like, oh, I get to write in a narc book with my new pens, my new brand. You know what I mean? Like, little things like that make you want to go to work because you're bringing something to work to use. So it makes it a little more fun, even if it's something as simple as a pen. And like other days, like I'll be at Dollar Tree, because I get certain things from Dollar Tree, like sandwich baggies. You get like 50 for $1. And then while I'm there, I'll pick up stuff for work and I'll be like happy to bring it to work. Like, I got a nice air freshener for work. A couple days I was working, after I bought it, it was there. And I feel I'm like excited to put it in the bathroom at work and make it more homey and a nice place to work. Because if your work smells good, it's better. And the bathroom is like right at the desk, kind of. So I like to do things like, and anyway, I like to do things like that, like buy things for work. And then every couple paychecks you can buy like a new pair of scrubs, and then you can feel good at work. You know, like, all these things go into you not burning out, okay? Because this is an amazing career, and don't give it up because you have the wrong mindset or you let it get to you. You can't let patients get to you. You can't let the workload get to you. You know what I mean? Like, damn, like some days will be worse than others, where incident reports come up and then another patient, something happens with another patient and this and that, but you can't let it get to you. And the way to not let it get to you is recognize all the little tiny amazing things that happen on your shift. Recognize that. Recognize all the little tiny accomplishments, like where you made yourself a better nurse. Like, for example, at the end of my med pass, I used to sign out my narcs, but I was like, today I want to do it better. I want to do it the exact right way, where so I can work it into my routine and I could be a better, I could do a better med pass and a more correct med pass, you know what I mean? So I signed out the narcs during my med pass instead of signing them out after my med pass was done. So like that little accomplishment made me better. It made me more acceptable. It made me a better nurse. So recognize all of these little tiny accomplishments that you do and internalize it and make it a pursuit of those things. Because if you're in nursing, you can always have satisfaction. You are not sitting at a desk writing, crunching numbers. I don't know how those kinds of jobs are, but our job is amazing. So do not forget that. And maybe, I don't even want to say maybe, you will not burn out, because I have not burned out. I have not burned out. So that's all the proof I need. Okay. So I hope this video helped you, gives you some things to look at differently. And if it did, hit like, subscribe, and comment down below if you want. Okay, so I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.